Hey, welcome, day 59. And today, I was just couldn't come up with a title, so I said we're going to do Peace in Tai Chi. So today is just enjoying the movements, enjoying the power of the movements, and playing with all of the wonderful things we've done over the last 60 days. So here we go. So let's start with seated. Tai Chi set. You can do standing form if you wish. I'm going to just do the entire set. And just, I hope you relax. I've got the squash plant playing. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. I turned the volume down a little bit, but here it is. So let's go to town. Got the sun was shining in. Feeling so beautiful. Here we are. Okay. So, hello, whomever joined in. Hey, Jeanette. We're just going to do sets today and flow, and I'm actually going to just take my glasses off because that's so much better for Tai Chi. And we're just going to do 108. You can do standing if you like, or seated, whichever you prefer. And I'm just going to do seated, just in case there's anybody that is watching that isn't you. Okay, I think that says Charlotte is on there too. Going to do 108 from start to finish and hope my memory's good. Here goes. So let's do this. Nice big breath in. And then let that go. Relaxing that lower back and just falling forward. Hold the ball. Left grasp its tail. Grasp its tail. Palm to palm. Two hands. Whip to one side. Step up to raise hands, so the hands are going to come down, everything's going to line up and sink. Hands, let that fall forward, all the way to the top. Nice separation in the spine, and then brush knee. Half a step. Brush knee left. Brush knee right. Brush knee left. Strum the K-path. Let that line up, opening the back. Brush knee left. Twist step. Hold the flowers. In, out. Wipe the sleeve. Let that come through. Two hands. Sink. That's crossing over. Let that go. Carry the tiger to the mountain. Brush knee right. Going arrow back. Palm to palm. Opening the hands. Two hands are going to go forward. I think I'm on Move Hands Like Clouds. Already lost listening to the music, to I might have missed a push somewhere. I'll apologize now. Number 5, whip. iPad on horse is coming up. And then reach out. Cross, expand, reach out. Expand. Turn. Punch. Point the sleeve. And halt. Oh my gosh, the music starts playing, my mind goes to gel, I'm not thinking about a thing, I have no idea where I am. Can we do iPad on horse again? I know that's going to lead us to strike the tiger, but I had no idea how I could get there. Okay, so if we finish whip to one side, oh my gosh, iPad on horse, and this is going to come out. So this would be a right toe kick, and then it's going to be a left toe kick if you're doing standing version. And then that's going to wrap around, which will be a heel kick. There we go. Which is going to brush knee, twist step, there we go, brush knee. Sorry about that. This is my little faux pas on the seated set. Low punch. This is coming up. Chop. Wipe the sleeve, hold the flowers. Deflect, parry. Punch. Twist step, heel kick. Your right foot. And this goes in to hold the flowers. And then strike on the left. Sink. Comes all the way around. Sink. So this is going to come back, crossing the hands. Here's a kick. Hands are going to cross. Hands come in. They roll all the way through, all the way around. Two hands strike. Sink. Now, lifting up through the top of the head, you've got a kick to the left. And this would turn all the way around, which would give you a kick to the right. Flowers, deflect, parry, and punch. Two hands. This will be a parry to close the entrance. Carry the tiger to the mountain, and then brushing right. Two hands. This, oh my goodness. Without. I'm realizing I think I missed. Without diagonal. I'm in La La Land. Oh my goodness. Comes out. Oh my. And I'm just so relaxed today. Just hilarious. Okay, well, this won't be a good set for everybody to follow. There goes out. Left grass bird's tail. Hold the ball into grass bird's tail. Tom. Two hands. This will come around, whip to one side. Fair Lady Shuttle. Okay. I'll try to be on the ball for this. Here's the left. Right hip, left hip, reach up. Cross the hands, left. Goes into the right, into the left, reach up. Hold the ball, left grasp its tail. Hold the ball, grasp its tail. And then push through. Comes around. Move hands like clouds. Here we go. We have 7 this time. Here comes number 6. And number 7. Wait to one side. So this will take us down into the snake. So you're going to lift, sink. Hand comes up, open, sink. Lift and sink. Open the hands. Forward off monkey. So this is going to come around, flying the slant. Step out to raise hands. That's got to lift, and then it's going to come down. White stork spreads wings. Brush it. Push the needle to C bottom. And reach out. And penetrates back. Grasp for its tail. Two hands. Comes around, lift to one side. And we move hands like clouds 3 times. Grip. High pat on horse. Reaching out with the left. Turn, and this would be a heel kick. Left parry and punch. Grasp for its tail. And then 2 hands. Whip to one side. And your snake. So this is going to come down. Comes up to 7 stars. Lift, open, open, sink back. Left hand is going to go out. And then it turns. all the way around and out. Hold the flowers in, out. Two hands. And then let that sink. Lifting up. As the hands come down, just letting those palms connect through the knees, through the legs, down the feet. Got everything awake. Beautiful. Now, if you wanted to do some meditation, you could just turn the palms towards lower dantian. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall, ribs above your waist. Just hanging out. And that will be where your hands will have energy flowing into lower dantian and be able to build energy based on what you've been doing. Okay, so let's take this and bow. Okay, I have no idea where I made my errors, but I apologize. I have no monkey thoughts, just zen right out. Okay, all right, so hello to those watching. All right, so let's let go. And what we'll do now is just focus on a couple of moves. And this is just to get a flow of movement. I'm just doing the connection that goes between part 1 and 2 and part 2 and 3. So carry the tiger to the mountain. I'm just going to do that little part just to bring awareness into where you sit, let the back open, coming around. Okay, so I'm just going to turn. So what happens is close the entrance happens. So the back opens. Everything goes over to the left foot. And you adjust the right foot. Usually it's a little bit forward, so you just adjust it so it's in line. And then you're going to push out of the left foot over to the right. And all the weight goes into the right. And then you can turn the whole left leg in, sinking back. Place the right foot, and then this is a brush knee. Bow and arrow is going to come back. Palm to palm. Opening the hands. Two hands go forward. And this will sink back. The whole leg comes around. And if I was on the ball, when I was doing the cedar form, this would have been a T. This would have come across. And then a reach out to the right, which would have taken us into fist underneath the elbow. So I'm not even sure I did that. Okay, so let's try it again. So you're here, sink. Okay, so the weight is going to shift into the right, and as it does so, back is lengthened. All the weight is on the right foot, so the left toe can turn. It's not just the toe, but it's the whole leg. And as you do that, the hip sinks back so that you can lengthen through the spine. Place the foot, brush knee. A nice little spot where you can just sneak in that little bit of extra of where do you put your weight shift and how can you open your back. And it's a good spot because when you're doing house chores or out in the yard, you do a lot of movements in a similar fashion, and this will allow that same action to happen. So here comes up, sink. Let the hips open. This is going to come across, nice and relaxed in the hip, and then push up. Okay, so I'm hoping that started to open up a little bit through the hip. So let's try it one more time. This time I'll just turn my direction a little bit, and hopefully that's going to help. Okay, so we have just open, weight goes into the right and the whole left side. sink back, you go to your back corner, brush knee, bow and arrow, palm to palm, open the hands, two hands go out, sinking back. So right here, back opens, hip releases, the whole right leg can turn. Here comes your T, sink. Stepping over to the side, sink. Stepping to the left corner with your right foot, sink. I guess we have a dining room table. Okay. Jeanette, I just saw that you put in a comment there that there's hope for you now. I know everybody thinks, they're always thinking, oh, you know, I'll never remember the set. Well, those of us who do the set all the time still don't remember the set. That's what the group is for. The group is there to support us. If the group's not here, you're all by yourself. It's too funny. The other thing, too, that happens is when energetically we're all connected, especially if when we notice it when we're in a room together. If one person loses that focus and goes in another direction, you can have half the room follow that person. They're just entrained. Their minds are all entrained together. So, I don't know, I just thought I was on the ball, but you know, we're all entrained. Maybe somebody had a thought that disappeared somewhere or a distraction, and that was enough to set me off too, because I thought, I'm so on it today. Okay, so carry the tiger then. Just trying to get that movement where you're going, when you're going to go back, just letting the hips release and to be able to sink into that. And so I'm not sure if you can really see it with all the clothes I have on here, but to be able to sink back, and then the tailbone is just going to do a drop there. So it's just going to come down. And so that's what you're trying to do in that little movement. But it's the same thing. You go to lift tree branches or something up, and you go to do something just to think about, can you let the hips go? Can you let the back open? And then go to do your movement. Instead, we would go, lift everything up, and it would be tight. You push your hips forward, it would be tight, and then you would walk that way, trying to balance everything. But if you actually think about the power coming out of your feet, opening the back, sinking back, and let everything relax, that's your arm position. But everything is open, your leg is completely supporting things, and your back is not. And your arms don't have to hold the same tension. And then if you let go of that, I mean, obviously you're not going to do this with branches. However, if you think about how you massage back and forth from one foot to the other, this is the same kind of movement you would do with a shovel or a pick or rake. And that just that looseness, sink. And then just this is so relaxed, the back is open, the hips are open. And then how can you do that action so that you go to put the rake in, and then usually it's like tug, right, from the top in the shoulders and the arm. But if you think about how you push from one foot to the other foot, then your raking becomes a toyu each time. And then you know that with that rake, you can line up the spine, you can use that rotation through the center core, not because you tightened it, but because you actually rotated. And that gives you a completely different movement and a different level of strength. It also gives you some endurance to do things a little bit longer. Also for the strength to come into the correct muscles instead of the muscles that are going to be sore because you were doing it the wrong way. Okay, so that I just wanted to give you that little sequence in there. The other one that I wanted to give you is Fair Lady's Shuttle. I'm just thinking this is going to have us turning in all the directions. However, this does give us the same thing. It's that whole rotating in the hip socket. And I'd like you to be able to do that. So I'm going to make my front as I usually do, which is this direction. So my whip is going to be out here. So I'm faced to my left side. And now I'm going to sink back, and that's going to open the back, open the right hip, turn the whole left side, spiral the right foot, and sit. Place that right foot, shift your weight. Step into, it will be your right corner with the left foot, and this is going to go into the corner. And the key thing about this movement is how it's a whole leg that rotates. So your left toes to your back wall, sink into your left foot. Your right toe goes up to the left corner, front left corner. Lift your left toe, and then you're going to reach out. Weight goes into the right. Step into your back, left corner. Shift into your right foot, which is opening the hip. Turn your whole left foot around. And now your right foot's going to go to your back, right corner. Flip the toe, reach out. Now, learning that off of the screen is not an easy endeavor. However, what I do want you to just get the gist of is as you shift into the back foot, the whole leg does the turn. So it isn't stand on the right foot, turn the toe. So if you see me do that, I can't even get my foot to do a 90. I can only get it to do just a little past 45. But if I shift into my right hip and free up my whole left side, I can turn right past 90 and I'm almost 180, sink down into that foot. I'm positioned exactly as I need to be to turn off of that. So that's learning about how to properly place your weight and then give yourself, so I'll do that again, you go back into that right leg, give yourself openness in the hip, pull all the way around and then sink back. And then all the way around and be able to push out. Okay, so you've got all of that nicely letting go. So you have that happening on the right and the left. And again, if you're outside doing chores and you go to turn, it would be easy to lock and turn to do something. But then it would be a waist turn with tightness and you'd be squeezing to try to do that. But this way, you can sink, turn everything around, and you're just there. So you didn't have to do this big spiral piece that's locked up to get there. Okay, so let's leave that. Let's go to a couple of foundations because they're also very helpful for just basic movement. So if we go back to here, just do the foundation exercise. This is so delightful after you've done extra strenuous activities to put everything back in place. So as your hand is turning, you remember it's reciprocal down to your foot. So if you did a lot of shoveling, digging, pulling, you didn't have proper footwear on, ankles are a little bit sore because you went over some rocks and some roots. This is a great way to bring all the muscles and tendons back in. You could do the seated foot exercises too. This will give you a start. And you know that if your arms are 90 degrees, so you can see I've got an orange width away from my body, my shoulder blades are engaged there, and when I have that happening, and then I let my hips open, my back relax, my spine can open, and now this rotating is also happening through my spine because I let everything go and relax. So I can really change a lot of tissue with this little exercise. Okay, so just let that go. Now, if you did a lot of work with your arms, especially some of those cutters, your arms are going to be going this way. So just letting everything relax and turn and then sink down into your feet and just relax. And just come into these most basic things. The bottom line, it's all basic. Seems like this great mystery, 108 moves, but having done 2 months of all the way walking through all the ways to think about them. They're just little movements. Okay, so let's go to here. I'm just remembering that this is a way to engage energy, open the middle gate. So if the back is tight, it's a nice way to do that. And if the lower back is tight, sit down. Don't do it standing. Let the back relax. Let the legs release. The glutes or the hamstrings want to hold tight down the back of the leg. Sit down. It's much easier to do it that way. Beautiful. So we have a long weekend coming up. I'm not sure that the East Coast is going to have the weather the West Coast is going to have, but it's warmer. We might get into the garden. I'm hoping. At least to a pot, that would be nice. Okay. Gotta get the squash out there and all the tomato plants. They're sitting in my kitchen. Okay, singing for me. Okay, so let's leave that and let's go to the saber set and let's do it as a standing set. If you wish to sit, you can. You know how to do that, and we'll just take it to standing. Just today, just peaceful movement, nice and flowing, nice and relaxed. Try not to say too many words so you can get into the movements. Okay, so we'll put the bow on. Let that go. To the right. Sink. Comes through. Rise. Step back. Plant the foot and the right hand is going to come up. Let that go. Step, and we're going to just push out. Rise up. Down the leg. Step into the corner. Step into the corner and push out. Turning the blade over. Sink into the left leg. Come around. Step into the left. Come around. Step into the left. Forward into the left. Back into the right. And let that go. Comes through. You're going to turn, face your front. Sink, push out. Okay, blade's going to go over your left shoulder. You step with your right foot. Step into the corner with the left and come through. Goes all the way around. Aqua into the corner. Step with your right foot. Step with your left foot. Down to your hip. All the way around. Step aqua. Down to your hip. It's going to roll up. Sink that down. And into the corner. Over. Down to your hip. Changing hands. Heel kick. So it's going to go up to the right. Sink. Round to the left. Sink. Up. Strike. Step aqua. Heel kick. Two-handed chop. So it's going to sink back, open the back. Step aqua. And thinking about those feet all the way around to your back. It's going to go past the middle, into the right, and push out. Drop the saber down in the front, sink and open the back. It's going to come up, aqua step. Aqua step. Aqua step. Aqua step. This is going to go all the way around into the corner. And then you're going to spiral. Whole left side, sink onto the left, whole right side, sink onto the right, step into the corner, reach. That's going to come back, 2 hands. So this is going to go all the way around, into the corner, all the way around, into the corner, turning back, left hand is going up, sliding down, take a bigger step out, that's going to come back, 2-handed strike, turn, crossing the hands, open, and let that go. Putting a bow on the end of that one. Okay, so that gives us a saber set. So let's do the pattern that goes backwards, where we're coming back and forth. And the reason I want to do that is the figure 8 pattern that's at the end. And again, this is a place where if you think about how you really step, you can find the figure 8s, but you can also find the place of openness and pushing out of the feet to get your strength. So if we start into your corner in the right, push out in there. This is going to turn over. Now, if you push from your right foot, it opens the back, sends everything back into the left foot. Step, and this is going to be a spiral that's going to come all the way around. Step, push out of the right, goes into the left. Step, and this goes all the way around. Step, this is going to push. Step with your right foot, comes back. And then if you step into the left foot, half step with the right, that's making your figure 8. It sinks back down, comes through. Push. Step into the corner. And then comes around and push up. Sink. Okay, so we got that little bit. If you want to grab a chair, you can do it standing again if you want. But I'm noticing that my back is just holding in a couple of places, and I'd like it to be a little bit freer. It's not really as tense, it's just not as fluid as I'd like it to be. So I'm just going to push out, and then I'm going to take this. Now this is going to, when you're seated, it falls forward into the feet. Push into the feet, and then this does a waist turn to come back. So this goes forward, falling into the feet. Push into the feet. So it's a fall. Push into the left foot, takes you to the right. Now, if you turn your hand over, push into your right foot, takes you forward to the left, into your left foot, brings you back over to the right. Turn the blade, and you can fall forward. Push into the left foot, gives you that nice spiral. Falling forward. And then it turns, and this is just going to go out. Let that open. That's the little movement I was missing. From the sit bone to the tailbone, you got that point in the middle where it's the balance between the two. And just being able to sit there and let it expand. If you hit it right, it would be you could just keep rolling through your back. It would just be a beautiful stretch, but I'm not really looking for a stretch. I'm looking for that relaxed opening. What I'm looking for. Okay, so that gives you that. So let's take the blade up, turn the fingers, and do the piece where the blade swings. So you have up, it goes to your right. Now this one, because we're seated, goes from the sit bones towards the tailbone, and then it lifts up, and as the blade comes up the middle, your spine goes right up through the top of the head. This is going to flip over, sink. this is going to come up. Lift, lift, lift. This goes over, sink. It's up the center, lift. Over the top, sink. And this is going to lift back up. Right. So now it would go all the way around the head and then fall forward. And if we were standing, you'd be turning your whole leg. Instead, what we do, sink back and then push out of the right, lift up, 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 over, lift by pushing into that left foot, and that's going to give us our drop. So some side to side bending and then that forward and back. Side to side gives you quadratus lumborum, which is part of large intestine. One large intestine. So this little move right here, it's just a big release. It's a big release that can come right through your breath. And just let that come forward. Okay, so let's just do that whole piece again because we've got the opening of all the ribs, all the way around the chest cavity, the lungs, everything. This is such a beautiful move for releasing, letting go. So sink. Lines up. Comes right up through the spine, sink, drops, comes right up through the spine, lift, sink, up through the spine, lift, sink, up through the spine. Okay, so this goes all the way around, forward. Now we'll be pushing the feet, lift. So now we're engaging side to side, lift, and drop. It's the only time we do that move. It's this beautiful move. Okay, so I'm hoping that's giving you a little bit of fluid thought. Again, you go to lift something in the yard. So you go to take a trunk from a tree or something, and you go to lift to toss it, right? That would be your action, and you're trying to catapult it. Think about your feet. Push from that right foot. And then when you come back, push from the left foot. Brings you back. Now all you did was bring awareness into the foot. Just that's all you need. It's not like you had to push hard, just a little awareness. And all of a sudden, where the impetus of the movement comes from changes. So it just comes through. Okay, so let's leave that. And let's go to part one of the low cup set. All right, we'll just put that in there, just seeing where I am time-wise. We've got enough time to sneak it in. Okay, so low cup set. All right, so let's put a bow on the beginning of it. We won't do all of it. I know I'm going to run into the dining room table in no time at all. But let's get a little bit of it in just to get that tendon muscle linked together. So right here, your hand goes up to do the bow, tailbone drops, spine opens, and then there's a forward movement afterwards. Push into the feet, brings you back up. Hands then can just relax. As soon as you find the relaxation, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, elbows, wrists, all together. Turn those palms. And that's the tailbone's going to sink right back. Let that go. Pushes back up. So dropping into the hips. The hands turn. And the right hand is going to pull out. Now if you push into the left foot, send you to the right. Push into the feet, drop the tailbone, and the hand comes up. Line up the spine, nice and tall. Reach up. That's got a nice extension through the shoulders. Sink. Lift. Roll. Plant the foot. Push. Wipe the sleeve. So now this is a step into the brow. Nice rotation. Just feel all of the tissue working as one knee. Down to the knee. Circle, hold that. Step to the corner. Let it go. Comes back. Wipe. Opens. And your feet go together. Sink. So everything open and relax. Push. Up through the top of the head. Down through the tailbone. Up the feet. Sink. Push out from the center. That's going to turn and rotate. Let that roll. Sink. Comes up. Sink. Then you will walk through your feet. Up and out your toes. Toe heel. In toe. Push. That's going to come back. Sinking back into the left. Turns all the way around. Roll your hands up. Sink. And you're holding the flowers horizontal. Present them out there. Step, step. Lift. This is going to come through. Sink. And then this is just going to spiral. Comes back. Push up. I'm just going to turn myself a little bit so I'm not on the table. This is going to go to your brow. Hold the ball. This is going to go to your brow. Go underneath the chandelier. And out. This is going to sink back. It's going to come up and over. And then you push it out from the center. Open. I know we worked on those snakes, trying to get those open yesterday. So push out. This goes open. Hold the ball. Step with the left hand and reach out. Step with the right hand. And then you wipe the table and you go right hand, left hand, up. This is going to sink. Look to your left. Look to your right. Hold the ball and reach out. So we've got two more reaches. Once with the right, once with the left. And then the green dragon is going to push out the claw, sinking back, cross. Slide down the leg. So this, we worked on the snakes yesterday. Open that whole leg all the way around, spiral. Step, this is going to push through, sink back, rise up, walk through the toe, push out. This is going to come back around to face your front. And then this is going to go back, over, all the way around. Hold the flowers up to the left. Push out with the right. Hold the flowers up to the right. Push out with the left. Walk through the feet and push out. It's going to roll, turn, roll, and reach out. So now we get to let the chi rise up the back. Sink and drop the tailbone. Sink and drop the tailbone. Sink and drop. Sink and drop. And then reach out and you roll your fingers. It feels like we put all the package of all the things we did over the weeks together here. So we worked on this the other day. Close through. There's your fingers rolling. Now you post the letter. So it goes out. Out. Open the hands. Walk through the feet. And reach out. Sinks back. Turn around to face the back. Sinks down. Link the fingers together. Sinks down. Open up that left hip. Come around, hold the flowers up to the corner. Push out. Hold the ball to the brow. Turn and cross. You're the snake on the right side this time. Put your left toe. Sink down. push out your right hand. Turn around. 1, 2, 3. You're facing your back. Hold the thumbs up. Here's the right leg on you. Left side of snake again. Turn and bring up your left foot and then spin on your heel. Cross the hands out. Walk through your feet, 2 hands. This is going to sink back. You step like you're going to offer to the left, and then you change your mind and you do 2-hand push to the right. So now this goes brush knee. Pull the left hand up, and then spiral into the left corner. Hold the flowers. Left foot, left hand. You go down the leg. Step, brush knee right. Hold that right hand up. Spiral to the right. Hold the flowers up. Now you're going to go down the right leg. Sink. That comes up. Step with your left foot. Okay. Grab beak. The bird gets his sand. Sink back. This goes around, toe heel, around, toe heel. And we will stop at the end. Part 1. That's great. We managed to sneak it into this little space. Okay. All right. That gets you 3 sets, playing with some different ideas, and then how to use movement out in the yard or in the house while you're doing chores. So hopefully that got you some peace, just some relaxation and a chance to just flow. All right. Tomorrow we will celebrate day 60 together. And I have no idea what that means, but we'll see. Maybe I'll pull out every 6th move. Some numbers on number 6. See what we can play with. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience with my opening set. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care.